it look like a present? Yeah.
What? This is Keep It Low Key. I am your host, KiDeMo's, and right now.
We're not keto.
Yeah. And right now I have with me Dareen Brand. Now, how was your performance tonight? How do you think you did?
First of all, my name is Darren.
Oh, Dareen, I'm sorry.
Okay, AKA call me Big Baby.
Big Baby.
Okay. And it was crazy, man. It was dope. It was probably one of the best performances I've ever had, and it was here in the
Okay, now you started wanting to do comedian, right? So what type of comedians were you inspired by and why?
Actually, man, I was inspired by comedians like Sinbad, Talent, actually Red Grant, a lot of comic view guys, not necessarily the big name guys like your Kevin Hart's and the Richard Pryor, but a lot of low key guys who were really, really hilarious, man. Like Damon Williams, he's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? People like that, man. But that's who I've always kind of admired as far as comedian wise.
Okay, now say for example, if you wasn't doing comedy, right? What would you be doing right now currently?
What would I be doing right now?
Yes.
What would I be doing right now?
What would you be doing like right now as far as with your career?
I can't do nothing else but comedy.
Okay.
So I feel like God put everybody on earth for a purpose. And when you discover what your passion is, you make that your purpose. And my passion is comedy, making people laugh, making people forget about their problems. So honestly, I can't do anything else. There's nothing else I can do.
This is Keep It Low Key. I am your host, KiDeMo's, and right now I am here with Red Grant. He had just got through doing the comedy show for WSSU Homecoming 2013. Now I have to ask you, you started off doing the Apollo, right? So what was that like? I know that you're originally from DC, is that correct?
Yes, DC.
Okay, so you came from DC and you wanted to go to NY. When did you realize you were actually funny enough to be on Showtime the Apollo?
Well, when I got kicked out of school at Savannah State University, the bros, big shout out to K, Side Cap Officer, the bros told me, man, you funny as hell, you know what I'm saying, you should do comedy. I was like, man, F comedy, F everything else. And then it just, I just went on stage, and then about 6 months later, they found me for Def Comedy Jam. And I've been on stage since I was 19, so my turn up is long and real.
And so you work with Def Comedy Jam along with, you work with Cat Williams, Martin Lawrence. Now, who has been your favorite comedian like growing up? Like, did you have one that like inspired you to go as hard as you're doing now?
I think Martin kind of like threw like the energy into the mix, but also like people that some like Robin Hurst, he died early. Sinbad, when I was little, I used to look at Sinbad, and people like that motivated me to tell stories and stuff like that, and not just be like one joking out, you know what I'm saying? I think is, if you can tell a story to a crowd and they can follow you, then, you know what I'm saying, you take yourself to a different levels. Things like Kevin Hart does, Cat Williams does, Mike Epps, people like that on that level.
I have a funny comedian. Once you introduce yourself to everyone, I have
whole time out. So you mean tell me?
Chico Bean. I know your name.
I gotta introduce myself. That was a mistake. What's the make you do work whenever you come?
Right now.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. And you are alumni here.
Yes,
so,
I am.
Well, what do you feel about as far as the comedy show tonight?
The comedy show was amazing. Everybody was funny. Red Grant was funny. Red Bone was funny. Darren Brand was, it was beyond amazing, man. I got to come out and bring them out, and do a little something. So that was a great experience, man. It just feels good to be home, and be able to participate and see, the next generation around that's been able to enjoy themselves and, have a good time. So I was more than pleased to be here.
I have to say that since you definitely are an alumni, you coming from Winston-Salem State, like, how did you receive that opportunity to be on Wow and Earth?
I auditioned. Simple as that. I had did some comedy, some stand-up with Nick about 2 years prior to the show coming back, and told me to keep working, and I kept working from that point on. When I found out the show was coming back, he had an audition here in Charlotte. I auditioned in Charlotte, and I flew up to New York and auditioned in front of the executive MTV, and we had a group audition, and I made the show.
And so when you graduated from Winston-Salem State, did you know for a fact that you'll be doing comedy?
Yes.
I know that you majored in mass communications, yes.
Radio, television. So I did what you guys do, and I definitely did. I told myself when I graduated from this school that I wanted to be retired by the time I was 30. And not retired in a literal sense, but retired as in what I wake up and do every day is not work to me.
Yeah.
So when I thought about what those things entailed and the things that I like to do is, being funny and entertaining people is something that I do naturally. I've been doing my whole life. So I dedicated myself to that, because if I'm gonna struggle and I'm gonna be broke and I'm gonna be, stressed out about something. I want to be struggling and broke and stressed out about doing something that I love to do rather than being struggling and stressed out and broke about helping somebody else. You got the motherland. I want to go back to Africa. That's what you do. Look at this. I know, right? Sit down, Brandon. That's just beautiful. Look at that. Where's your boyfriend at?
And this has been Keep It Low Key.
Now, where's your boyfriend?
This has been Keep It Low Key.
Where's your boyfriend at?
I have with me JayDukes right now. He's being silly, so
Don't let go of my hand.
Okay, I'm not gonna let go. So I have to ask you, what school did you go to? What did you major in?
I went to Claflin University. I graduated in spring 2010. I have a Bachelor of Arts and a Master of Communications, Television, Radio Production. So.
Okay, so you started hosting now. Were you one of them type of students that was hosting all the parties that was going on?
I was hosting all the parties. I was hosting all the events. So that's when it really came how important hosting was and marketing. So I did all of the events for my fraternity, Lambda Sigma Chapter Over Omega Psi Phi, and so we promoted our butts off, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. So like people came to our events. You know, like we had our events packed out, period, just because we were cool people. And then like I got on the show, I got on the stage, I rocked out, and everybody loved it, man. So we all had our lane. You know what I'm saying? One of my LBs, he was a financial dude, make sure we made price of tickets right and all of that. One of my LBs, he could sell anything. He was a hustler. So if we wanted to sell trash bags, we could sell trash bags, and like they'll go in. So they just knew that when it was time to have a stage, whether it was a Purple Poetry Night, a talent show, they knew that I had the stage. Period. Like this is not an argument. Y'all know that I'm gonna be the one on the stage.
Okay, so like now, so you was like that in college. Now I have to ask you, as far as growing up, now was you like that quiet kid that came out your shell once you went to college, or as you?
Oh no, I was terrible. I was so bad growing up in school. Like I used to get beat all of the time. Like I'm not like I used to get beat so much. It was terrible, bro. Like I'm gonna take one example. Like my mom still tells the story to this day. I was probably 2 years old, and we had like a little van. You know what I'm saying? And somehow I got out of my car seat and I slid the van door open and was like looking at the highway, like swag surfing on the highway. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, she stopped the car, grabbed me, beat me, and then we went home.
Let me unwrap your box, girl. Cause it looks like a present. Yeah. You got gifts in your pantyhose. I say, girl. Nah, man, I'm about to go.